I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life from UK test, part 466, while doing standing yoga. And if you participate in a little bit of standing yoga, which we're going to do at the end of the video, but it's at your own risk. Now, we already did all that in the previous 465 parts, and now we're going through the whole book from the beginning again, looking at a little topic always, and we try to learn that I'm able to present it in 1 minute down in one speech. And that we will then record in a separate video. Now, this subject is the constitutional monarchy, and I don't think we had ever something so complex. But if I look about it, it's not very complex. It's just the Bill of Rights thing here, read by the coronation of William and Mary after the French Revolution, 1689. We had it in the last video. We made a video about the Bill of Rights, so I have all that basically just done. Now, what about the constitutional monarchy? The monarch remained very important during this constitutional monarchy, but he has the parliament to agree. More and more the ministers became. Then I thought a thing about George I. The number of people who had the right to vote for member of parliament was still very small. Only men who owned a lot of property, a certain amount of property. So we want to simplify it a little bit. It will be so much information just for 2 minutes. Only men were allowed to vote, and only, because just the rich men. Only the men were allowed to vote, women were excluded if they had a certain amount of property. And so some constituencies, so an area where the people were voting, that's called the constituency, there's another bit in Britain. I'm rehearsing a bit how I'm going to say it then. They're just one single wealthy family. I still don't understand it. A single wealthy family. If just the person who owns the land is allowed to vote, that's what, yes, it would be probably possible that a family has multiple people owning a lot of land. Yes, that is possible. But I'm not sure if we should understand it. It's hard to understand. These were called, which I just said, these were called pocket boroughs. And there were also constituencies that almost no one could vote, the round boroughs. Many people left Britain, but it has nothing to do with the constituency. Act of treaty or union had nothing to do with the constituency. The prime minister thing. We don't have to mention it. That was a bit of a previous part. But okay, we could mention it, we just said it, so I don't think we have to do it again. We don't have to do the clan thing, and voting we will do separate, maybe, yes, separate videos. We will do at least 3 for separate videos. Along one for Emily Pankhurst, one for the suffragettes, one for the other, no, I'm losing time. Okay, let's just try it. We will start with the Civil War. Let's just start the camera and try what we get. I started with one line of what I meant. There's my first camera running for fitness, and I started the second one, now for this video. A constitutional monarchy in Britain. Let's just start. The constitutional monarchy in Britain. Now, there was civil war in the 17th century in Britain. And that was because Charles I believed in the divine rights of kings. So that means he thought that he had the God-given right to rule, and he doesn't have to hear what the parliament says. If the parliament agrees or not, that doesn't matter. Now, it didn't work out, and civil war started between people supporting the king, the cavaliers, and people supporting the parliament, the parliamentary. The king was defeated, and his supporters in the battles of, I was just thinking about it, Marsdenwund. The constitutional monarchy in Britain. So in the 1640s, there was civil war in Britain, and that was between the king and his supporters, the cavaliers, and the parliament and its supporters, the Roundheads. And it was about that the king believed in the divine rights of God. He was Charles I, and Charles I believed in the divine rights of God, so that means that he believed that he could rule without asking the parliament for approval, and the parliament who wasn't giving him always the approval. And now a clash started, a war broke out, and the king's army lost that war in the battles of Marsdenwund and Nesby. The king was taken prisoner, and the king was executed. Now when there followed a time when the Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell reigned, when Richard Cromwell, the son of Oliver Cromwell, when the Restoration happened, and the son of Charles I came onto the throne. So Charles II was not reigning, and he understood that he had to work together with the Parliament. Now more history happened, and after Charles II, it ruled James II, and then the Glorious Revolution happened, and now William was reigning together with Mary. And by their coronation, there was already something related, the Bill of Rights. So, and the Bill of Rights, done in the year 1689, said how much power the Parliament has, and it limited the rights of a king. So the power of a king was limited through the Bill of Rights. From now on, the king or the monarch had to ask the Parliament every year for new money to fund the army and the navy, for example. Now, how did it end on? Constitutional monarchy. Now the voting thing? Or the minister thing? I have a suspicion we won't get to do that in this video. I can't even decide what I want to say. During the time, political parties, where Whigs and Tories started to form, then the voting thing, that only a few people could vote, and that was it. Only few people could vote. So after what I just said, just the parties, ministers, parties, maybe newspaper 1695, but only few people could vote. The constitutional monarchy in Britain. So in the 1640s, there was civil war between the king and the parliament. They were disagreeing on things. No, let's explain it. The constitutional monarchy in Britain. In the 1640s, there was civil war in Britain between the king and his supporters, the Cavaliers, and the parliament and its supporters, the Roundheads. The king, Charles I, believed in the divine right of God, and that means that he believed that he had the God-given right to rule and he doesn't have to hear or get approval of a parliament. But it didn't work out, and so the war broke out between the two parties. In the battles of Marston Moor and Nesby, when the king's army was defeated, Charles II was taken prisoner and executed. It followed England as a republic under the Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell and then Richard Cromwell, the son of Oliver Cromwell, and then the Restoration happened. In May 1660, people invited Charles II onto the throne. Charles II, the son of Charles I. Charles II understood that he had to work together with a parliament. And after Charles II, there was then James II on the throne, and then the Glorious Revolution happened, and now William and Mary were reigning together. By the coronation of William and Mary, the Bill of Rights were read. And this Bill of Rights, done in the year 1689, said how much power the Parliament has and how much power the King has. So with the Bill of Rights, the power of the monarch was limited. The King, for example, had now to ask every year for money for the army and the navy. During the time also political parties started, because now the king had to get the approval of the parliament for things which he wanted to do. And so he was more in reliance on advisors and ministers, which were then in the parliament talking to the people that they vote for the thing which the king wants. And ministers got more important, and also the prime minister, then the function of the prime minister is, and the first one was Sir Robert Walpole, that was in 1721. Was that. And he was prime minister from 1721 until 1742. During the time also the press got more free, newspapers were printed, and in the year 1695 and onwards, newspapers didn't have to get any more a government license to publish. Now it wasn't a complete democracy. Many people could not vote, women couldn't vote, only men, and if they had a certain amount of much property. So only very few people could vote. In some constituencies, small areas, all of the country, constituency, a small area in the country, where just a single wealthy family could vote. And these were then called pocket boroughs, and in other ones where almost no one could vote, rotten boroughs, they're called. And that is according to the Life in UK test handbook on several pages, for example, 33. Did I forget something at the end? I'm not completely sure. Is that the answer someone wants to the constitutional monarchy? Yes, I think that includes it. At least if they have written on 50 other pages about it and other videos, they might kind of understand it with so much background and so easy to understand. Maybe not all to remember, but to understand how it works together. But we have to watch it. Maybe I was talking too fast. And no one can understand my voice. Now I'm going to stop the second camera. And we will continue with the first bits in yoga, just 5 minutes. If you're here just for the next thing, I don't know what it will be, you can go directly to the next part where we will learn onwards for the live yoga test. Here we will do no standing yoga. If you participate in that, it is at your own risk. With the feet standing together and the breathing in and lifting the arms up. And we're breathing out the arms again down. This exercise is called the eagle's wings. Breathe in and lift the arms up. And out the arms again down. Again in the arms up. And out the arms down. Again in and the arms up. And out the arms down. In and the arms up. And out of the arms down. And then breathe in and lift the arms up. Breathe out and open the arms to the side. Breathe again in and lift the arms up. And out of the other side. Breathe again in and lift the arms up. And out, we're doing the down diving dolphin. We're doing the mount. Breathe in and bend the right leg and stretch on the left leg. Breathe out. In and change. And out and stretch on the right leg. Again in and change. Out. Again in and change. And out. In. And out, both legs straight. We're doing the penguin. Breathe in and out the right arm to the sky. Bend the left knee and look over the right shoulder to the right hand. Breathe again in, bring the arm down. And out and down. Breathe in, open the left arm to the sky. Breathe out, bend the right knee and look over the left shoulder to the left hand. Breathe again in, bring the arm back down. Out and down. Now we're doing the pelican. Make a hand of space between the feet. Shift the weight to the heels. And breathe in and go down. And out and come up again. Again in and down. And out and up. Last time breathe in and down. And out and up. We're doing the triple cheese counterweight. Take hold onto the elbows and swing from side to side. Gently. Both arms again down. Close the feet. Breathe in. Come halfway up with the back and make a straight back, the monkey half lift. Breathe out and go again down. In again, up into monkey half lift. Out and down. Breathe in. And we're doing the uprising swan. Up dive. And breathe out, open again to the side. Again, in and up with the arms. And out, arms down, the crib in the morning. Open the chest to the sky. Again, in and the arms up. And out to the other side. In and the arms up. And out, open the chest to the sky, lower the arms to the crib in the morning. In and the arms up. Out to the side. In and the arms up. And out, we're going down into the chair. Breathe in and come halfway up. Come higher up. And go down and breathe out. Breathe again in. And out, open to the side. Breathe again in, arms up. And out again down into the chair. Breathe in halfway up. Come higher up. And breathe out and come up again. Breathe again in. And lean back, the reed in the bend. Breathe again in. and out the arms down. And again, in and up. And out again, breathe in the windy back. In, arms down, breathe in and bring the arms up. Out to crab in the morning. Open the chest. Again, in, arms up. Out the arms down, breathe in the arms up. Lower the arms to heart center, breathe out. I thank you very much, and until next time.